Hi, everybody. Let me know you can see me and you can hear me. Wave at me. Say, hi, I'm here or something. Let's see who all's in here. Well, right off the bat, I see RD and Angel and Tom and Desiree, Carmen, Melinda, Carolyn, Tracy. Well, Carolyn, I ain't seen you in an age. Tracy Tesler, and who else have we got? Anybody else? Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Esther. Hi, Pam. Y'all have to ignore me. I'm a little sleepy today. I was taking a nap up until about 5 minutes ago, and Hubs got me up and said, time for you to go to work. I said, okay. Hi, Carol. I didn't get much sleep last night. Hi, Melinda. Yes, remember 3 questions per class after class starts. The 15 minutes beforehand, I can answer questions. We're not teaching. I just don't want the class to be interrupted too much. But I did want to show y'all something. Remember last week I was telling you about, it was the week before, about the pattern I wanted to do? There she is, folks. Look at that. Isn't she gorgeous? And look what's in the center of that pattern. Yeah, I know. There's nothing I can do about it, Tracy. What do y'all think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? And top 30. I like it because it's got the little seed beads in it. And it's got our little square. Now that's what started this pattern. And then she expounded on it by adding this outer round. Isn't that gorgeous? I fell in love with it the minute I saw it. Now this is size 40 thread. I'm also doing it in size 20. I want to compare to see how much coverage I get. So this is my sample piece. This isn't the actual one I'll be doing. Hi, Jeremy. So yeah. Also, Monique has offered her free pattern to the class. Everybody go over there and check it out. She's also got a YouTube up on it showing how to pattern step by step. It's a catalog. Y'all are welcome to go over there and view it. Enjoy it. It's a beautiful pattern. I can't wait to get my hands on it. But I will be sharing it in the group. And if you like the colors of thread that was used, let me know and we'll put our shop there, her Etsy shop, so y'all can get the threads to go with it. To bear in mind, there is import fees if you're in the States. There will be import fees added to that. Now, I do not know what the import tax is or anything like that. I shut down the Etsy shop for that reason. Okay. I have a couple of questions that came in, and when we get into the down shot, I'm gonna walk you through the ones that need a walkthrough. Hi, Teresa. Um, But one of the questions I got is, what is continuous thread method? Hi, Kathy. And the person that wrote in wanted to know if I had a video on it. Now, I don't have a video on how to do the continuous thread method because it's not really per se a method as much as it is a technique. And the reason I say that is I've showed this before. Continuous thread. Let me get well, I just put a knot in that thread, didn't I? That we don't want. We don't want a knot. This is for my demo. Let me pull that out real quick. Um, well, continuous thread is when you have a thread that's continual all the way across. Hi, Karen. From one shuttle to the other. However, we got a knot in this one. This can be called continuous thread because you've got 2 tools and thread going from one tool to the next. But the true continuous thread is shuttle to ball, hijacks, or shuttle to shuttle, ball to needle. Any of that is a continuous thread. This can be considered continuous thread. Now, if you was doing a ring only pattern, you wouldn't have continuous thread method because you'd make a ring and pull it out and make a ring and so forth. But continuous thread method really isn't a method of tatting. It's more of a technique. They call it that. Why, I don't know. I didn't invent the name. So I wanted to get that out there. What is continuous thread method? That one floored me. No, excuse me. Um, that one really did. It shocked me because if you don't know what continuous thread is, you are a very new tatter, and you really need to learn your terms. You need to learn uh, direction, everything. You got to learn it all. You got to walk before you can run. You got to crawl before you can walk. And that I'm not fussing at you guys. I've been there, done that, and I had to make cardinals. So there you go. Do we have a pattern? Any pattern can be continuous thread. This one here that I showed, one, that starts with continuous thread if you want it to. Now, if you got two threads of the same color that's on two different shuttles, you can and call that continuous thread because guess what? You've got two shuttles with the same thread. There may be a break in it. You've got a knot and have to hide the ends, but that's considered continuous thread. And any pattern you start, you've got continuous thread. Thank you, Pam. Pam said it best. Any pattern that's got a ring and a chain can be continuous thread. Hi, dear B. So remember that. Continuous thread is up to the person. They don't write that in instructions unless, remember this, what I'm fixing to say. Write it down in your little book, unless it's best to do it that way. When somebody mentions continuous thread in a pattern, do start it continuous thread. That means solid thread, no knots, okay? Because of the pattern itself, the way it goes together. If you have a knot there, it's going to show, okay? Hi, Janella. So remember, continuous thread can be with a knot, but more than likely it's solid thread all the way through. You can choose the pattern you want to use it with, okay? But if you're going to do two colors, that's what you're going to get is the knot, or you have to fold it over. You have to do some fancy footwork, okay? If you're going to use two colors, which leads us into the next question. Two-color tatting rings and chains. That's a demo I'm going to show today. Hey, Kathleen. Hey, Carl. Oh, y'all just popped in. It's like, dang, we got popcorn. Hi, Karen. All right. The next question is two-color tatting rings and chains. A lot of people are writing in, especially the new ones, okay, saying they're getting confused. What shuttle is what shuttle? Okay. That is something everybody, all right? That's why you see two shuttles. They're two different colors. That's one way to know which is 1 and 2. If I choose to use the pink one for shuttle 1, that would be the shuttle that goes back and forth. If I choose to use the green one for shuttle 1, that would be the shuttle that would go back and forth, and my colors would change. See? Whatever is in your dominating hand that is doing this, okay, the slip and slide, the riego, whatever method you're doing, if you're doing this, okay, that's shuttle 1. Shuttle 2 is the shuttle that flips the stitches. That is the best way to describe it, okay? One is your working shuttle. It does all the work. The hand does the flipping like a sewing machine. In order for the sewing machine to create the stitch, you have to push the fabric through. Does that make sense? And if you think of it that way, you'll remember it a lot easier. Okay, I'm pushing my fabric through the sewing machine, and the sewing machine is creating the stitches. Okay, you see how using everyday terms when learning something new helps you to remember the process. So give me a thumbs up if everybody understands how that relates to knowing which shuttle is 1 and which shuttle is 2. 'Cause if I was sewing my sewing machine on shuttle 2, shuttle 1 is a pushing fabric. See? And that makes it so much easier. Now, if you still have a problem, you know, them little bitty, I got some right here. I got some right here. Tiny labels, where you at? Tiny label. Of course, I can't find them right now. They're not in here. But you can get these little tiny labels. Get a pack of them. Come on there. And say 1, 2. Scotch tape. 1, 2. Peel it off. If you use anything that's sticky, make sure you take some alcohol, put it on a paper towel, and wipe down your shuttle. Do not leave any of this sticky residue behind. Because every time you go to tat, guess where that fuzzy off of your thread's gonna end up? On the sticky, okay? So, now we got that part under wraps. Now, if everybody's in here, right? I can show y'all. This is the pattern I was telling y'all about last. This is it. But what caught my eye was this. Now, this is a beautiful pattern when it's worked up into a doily. You see this? The center? This is our square. Now, this gives you ideas of what you can do when you use a square. You can take the square, you can make a round out of the square. If you add on the outside of the square a round, okay? So remember that. You take a small motif like this, and you can make it into a big dolly like this. Think big, think big. Now, I have some thank yous. I need to thank Dear B, Melinda Beach, and Carmen Pinto. Thank you so much for your all's donations. Truly, 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 they are helping, okay? We now are down below $1,400 for next payments due in August. How about that, group? Give yourself a hand, okay? Now, Fred, you're in here. Here's that square I was telling you about. This is it. I tatted it up. See, see, see? That is pretty. Now, I got everybody out there. Now, I've got some goodies down here that we're gonna show you. Today, we're gonna learn Hi, Silver. Today, we're gonna learn swirl join and how you would use it in a tatting pattern. We're gonna learn Catherine wheel join and blipless join. And those 2, you're gonna be surprised, okay? But first, I wanna demo how to tell which direction you're going. Alright? Let's see. Okay. Esther, you can, watch the replay if you need to, but if you got questions, you can ask. Alright. That's fine, Esther, you can do it after class. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I've got so I don't even discuss things with them. everything updated again this weekend. Don't even ask what's going on with my phone, okay? I'm just not even gonna tell you. So, they we're going down south, and we're gonna look at my goodies on my desk. Alright, so let me change this camera. It's going. By the way, guys, one other announcement that I need to make is Dennis's boss could hear me in the kitchen the other day when Dennis was working, and he has to move into my room to work so he can close the door. He has HEPA laws that if they hear me in the background, he could lose his job and the company could be fined up to $100,000. So, next week's class will be the last class until January 6th to give me time to move everything out of this room and find a new home for it somewhere in this campus and set me up a place to work. All right. So, with that said, I will run special classes in between time. So, look for the emails. Okay. It doesn't mean I'm out of pocket to questions and stuff. You can write me. I will answer anything you need. If you're looking for a particular pattern, I will be sure to get it up on the website if you've got it. All right. So, with that said, you see this. Look at this. Look at this thing. Now, I'm going to show y'all something. Let me move this tray. I'm gonna move it up here for right now. Just don't fall. Don't fall. Now, the question was, how do you know which picot is which to join? Now, if you were coming off of this ring, okay, and you were making a chain, you would reverse your work, make your chain, okay, and then reverse your work again. Well, when you make the chain, it's coming up here. So if you need to join, you'll be joining on the right side, okay? But you wouldn't join after you make the chain. You would join when you make the chain, okay? So if you were tatting the chain, you'd come off and you'd be right here, okay? And you'd move around, and you'd move around, and you'd move around, just like onion rings, okay? Remember, your direction of flow is according to which hand you tap with, all right? If it says the second ring, it would be the second ring, depending on the direction of your tatting, the direction that you when you tat. When I tat, all my work works its way from the left to the right. I am right-handed. Left-handed people, it will be left or right to left, so it would go this way, okay? And it depends on the tatter. There are some like this. If you will look, I have chains that reverse, okay? With that, your tatting will take a turn, all right? You would join. If I was making this chain, it would come off like this. Do you see? So you have to follow your tatting directions, and you will walk yourself through. I like at least a photograph with my tatting, so I can see any directional change. And I wanna tell you something else that's my favorite. It's a lot of directional change because it emphasizes certain areas of a tatted piece, okay? So, with that, let me get rid of that window. Hi, Aurora. I didn't even see you come in. How you doing? Alright. So, also, one other thing, folks, y'all please keep Anna in your prayers. She lost her father-in-law the other day. And y'all send a little prayer up for her and her husband. Uh, her father-in-law lived with them, and it was a shock to the family, and it happened right after class on Thursday. So you make sure you keep her in your thoughts and prayers. She's having a rough time right now. All right? So with that said, We got this handled, okay? Directional flow. Your tatting flows in the direction of which side is your main working shuttle. It will follow this way if you're right-handed. It will follow this way if you're left-handed. Left, right, okay? So keep that in mind. But if you follow a pattern and there's no diagram to it, no directions to amount to much of anything, look at the picture. If all else fails, look at that picture. It will tell you everything you need to know as you're going through this. Pick it up and say, "Okay, where is that chain going? Where is that ring going?" I mean, these rings here, look at this piece. These little rings right here come off of this chain. So, this took a throne ring, but over here, this is off of this same chain. So you have to watch what you're doing when working pattern. Or you're liable to be on the wrong side at the wrong time. Now, another problem tatters have is pattern is written by a left-handed tatter. Your instructions are gonna read that way. Nina Libin is a left-handed tatter, and so is Iris Nebach. And their patterns are very hard to follow for right-handed people because they're written for left-handed because they're left-handed. However, there is a way to do it. It's a mirror image. When you're going to print, if you see that pattern's not lining up with the way you work, you reprint it and print it in the mirror image. All printers have a little button somewhere or dial or something on their, um, what is it, where you set your printer settings? It says you can print in the mirror, and it will automatically flip that pattern into the mirror image. Your words also get flipped, so remember that, okay? But if it's a diagram, it'll flip it for you so you can follow it. So, that's problem 3. We got all 3 of those. Now, 2-color tatting. I explained the 2-color tatting with the 2 shuttles, okay? Now, let me show you. I'm gonna start with this dark blue. Now watch what I'm doing, okay? I am just going to make a ring and a chain. The ring's gonna be 3 picot, 3 all the way around. I'm gonna have 3 picots sticking out with 3 double stitches in between, and would read like this: 3 double stitches separated by 3 picots, and go from there, okay? You see that, know that that's how many double stitches are between your picots. Alright, so that's 3. This is 1, 2, clip the shuttle and that make 3. That's size 10 thread. I work better with the size 10 than I do the size 3 because I can put 10 on my smaller shuttles. I don't like the smaller ones, especially for working the classes because it's so hard to stay on camera if you got them big boats playing with them. Now, I do like my big shuttles if I'm working on a big project. As you can see, I use many different shuttles. Each one has its purpose. Alright, there we go. We got 3 double stitches. Now, remember, I'm coming out over here. This was my first picot. I'm gonna close that ring. I'm not gonna rotate, flip, nothing. Okay, I'm not gonna do anything. That tail, if you look, there's the tail right there. You see it? There's the first picot, second picot, third picot. Now, if I was left-handed, it would be reversed. It would come out first picot, second picot, third, and this tail would be over here. See how that works? So that helps you distinguish which side you're driving on, okay? It's the best way to put it. If you're a righty, you're driving in America. If you're a lefty, you're driving in Europe. So there you go. Now, here comes the fun stuff. This is all our goodies for today. Now look at my samples. I worked on these samples all weekend. Is that not cool? I got all kinds of pretty colors too. All right. The first one is our swirl joint. Now I want to show you all this. Now I did it in this bigger thread so you could see this is size 3. You see how tight the center is? You can barely see the center part of that ring. All those rings set together. Get my doohickey here. Okay, you see this? Look how close that is. That's what a swirl join does. It draws your rings in and makes a perfect circle. Now, I used very small picots, okay, so that they would lay perpendicular from each other without any space in between each ring, okay? Now, check this out. This is one that has all the picots joined to one main picot. See the center? That looks nice, doesn't it? It really does. But that's the way the instructions read, okay? So if the instructions say join this to all the little rings into this one ring, it means join the one picot that's created by the first ring. Now, everything's gonna crisscross over, and get in the way of the other thing and just really wreak havoc, okay? You see either side, it's really, really messy looking, in my however, if you run into a pattern that has rings joined in a motif like this, try the swirl join. You're saying, "How do you do that?" Well, I'm gonna show you. All right? Right here. I am attached to a ball of thread, and I have done up to the last ring we're gonna do. Now, all these rings are going to attach together. This is gonna be a motif of 4 rings and 3 chains. Y'all see it? See how it's laid out here? Now we're going to do the next ring. The count on this one is 6 picot 6. Now I used a little bit larger picot on this just so you all could see how to do it. Now I'm gonna move this tray because it likes to get fiddly here in my way. Now watch this. Watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put in my 6 double stitches. Y'all can see this. That's 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, miscount. 4, 5, and 6. All right, now put that shuttle down, and what you're gonna do, check it out. You're gonna go through this one, you're gonna go up, down through this one, you're gonna go through this one. Y'all see that? I've got all marine picots on one crochet hook, and I'm gonna come over here, grab my thread, and pull it through the first one, pull it through the second one, and pull it through the third one. Pull it up and loop it on that finger, run our shuttle up through that picot, okay? Work it down, bring it in, and line it up. Move all this stuff out of your way and put in your last 6 double stitches. Some patterns may call for this, some patterns may not. And you may say, "Well, I like the way that that looks, and I want to use that." Use There's no law that says you can't change the pattern to your taste. What you like, that's fine. And here's the 6th one. I'm gonna close this ring, and then I'm gonna lay it out and let you see all this glorious tatting. You'll see how they interlock with each other. See? Now I used the larger picots, you could see them on the shuttle. If or on the crochet hook. If you use the smaller picots, it lines these up right next to each other, just like I showed on the size 3. Now you tell me, which one looks better? This one or this one? Oh, gotta turn it the right side. That's the right side. In the center of those rings, which one looks better? Swirl join or regular join? The other joins would be each one of these rings would have a picot coming out each side, and you join the picot to picot, okay? That leaves a gap really big between, okay? Usually, those I would put beads on, okay? And we'll get into bead tatting. That we definitely will, because we got Christmas coming up, folks. So, there you go. You've got all of them joined on one picot, and you've got the swirl join. I like this for making flowers because you can take a pearl or a bead or a crystal, put it on tatting thread, pull it down, and sew it into layers of these little florets, okay? And make a really pretty flower, and it'll set right in here in this area here. Do y'all remember the flowers I made for my, son's wedding? That's what this is a swirl joint. That's what I use. And you see, it adds emphasis and it adds more texture to your tatting using the swirl. So everybody got the swirl joint. Give me a thumbs up if you understand it. If you don't, give me some questions. You can use this anywhere you have 4 picots meeting together in the center. Okay? Do you think you could use it on the motif I showed? Let me get that out of the way. Do you think we could use it here between these 4 picots? Yes, you can. Anywhere picots join in the middle together, you can use the swirl join. If you've got 6 picots meeting in the center, you can use that swirl join, but they have to meet in the center, okay? So, everybody's got that. Man, I tell you, we're batting 1,000 today. Let me get this up and over there. I have to add to my collection of motifs. I save all my samples I use for class for techniques that I need. Well, I need to show you how to attach this or that. I save them. Nothing goes to waste. I use every bit of it. And for you journalers, uh, little hint here, I used some of my tat bits in some journals for my kids, and they loved it. So, of course, anything mom makes, it's perfect, kids. All right, now we're going to get into some technical stuff here, folks. Technical. We're going to do the onion ring joint or the Catherine wheel joint. Catherine wheel joint. That's the back of it. Yeah. Okay. This is the front. That's what it looks like. Do you see there's no humpties here? The other joins you do with a onion ring, just a regular joint, it will pull this center down into a V shape. Okay. Now we just did some onion rings, right? Well, today I'm going to show you how to do the Catherine wheel joint. Now, on this one, I've already tatted up my pattern. Let me get this lined up here. Gotta get it right. Gotta get it right. That's the back side. That's the front side. All right. Now, I did the pattern. It was 5 picot 5. All right. And we are going to reverse our work. Remember when we reverse our work, top becomes bottom, bottom becomes top, okay? Now we're going to do the onion ring. Now remember on the onion ring, we have to add a few more stitches in order to achieve the onion ring. But this technique is going to allow us to lay that chain right up beside this piece here and connect into the picot, and it will right beside it very easily. Okay, so let's get on with it. The first thing I'm going to tell you when doing onion rings and you're on the back side of the work, tat it in traditional tatting. It looks better. Trust me. If you do front side, back side, you can do it, but it doesn't look as fancy. Okay, and we want the fancy. Okay, do it in traditional. Traditional is when you're working on the front side, it's first half, second half to make a double stitch. When you're working on the back side, first half, second half to do the double stitch. Front side, back side, however, on the back side, it's second half, first half. It's right. So with that said, let's get this on. Now, first thing we want to do is tat our 5 double stitches in here first. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we want to see how many stitches we're going to need to come back up here and meet at the top of this ring. As you can see, we're not meeting, and it looks like we're going to need 2 more double stitches. So let's get those in. 1 and 2. Let's go. Now we're there, and it'll lay right beside, if you look, it's laying right beside it. We're going to join, and the way we're going to join, you want to pull off thread on both shuttles, because we're doing the fancy Catherine wheel join. Now, watch. Let me zoom in on this. I want to get you down here, up close and personal here. So give me a second. Watch what I'm doing. You're going to go down through the picot, under the working shuttle. Gonna grab that thread right there, pull it up, okay? Now, get the twist out and loop it on that finger. All right, leave that there, and loop this on your finger. See what I'm doing? This is our picot. Lay this down. Grab our shuttle, go through it like you normally do, okay? Now what you wanna do is pull it down, pull it back through. Now that you've caught the thread, pull your picot back through. Once you pull it back through, let's get that tied up. Are you gonna just hang on my fingers all day? You can tell the humidity's up here. Today. Yeah, it's warm today. Shock. Haven't had warm in a while. Okay, now what we're doing is we're getting everything in place. Now we're gonna pull this up. I'm gonna pull that thread up. Come on. Let's go. It's tight. Let's find the right side of that thread to give us some loop. So we have to pull it from the shuttle. There we go. Tighten it up. See how I'm playing with it? Now, if I did this right, we should be able to maneuver this thread. You're gonna come back up through. Now, what are you doing? You're gonna work this down till all of this straightens out and closes down on itself. Okay? Grab your pick, your crochet hook, make it work. All right? Now, once you get it in, tighten up this, and you're gonna go at it again with the other side. Alright? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, next thing you wanna do is tighten. I didn't do that right. Did I? No, I didn't. I knew I wouldn't. I don't do this enough. I practiced this thing all weekend. I shouldn't have taken it. That's 5. So, I got more to sample. 6, 7. I think I missed the step. I do. Yep, I did. I do have a video up on it. And hey, I wanna be honest with you guys. Do you know how many times I have to watch my own videos to teach a class? Everybody give me a number. I wanna see what y'all think that the teacher has to watch her own videos in order to teach a class. Now, why would I have to do that? Think about that, because 'cause you're gonna have the same problem, and that's why on YouTube it's forever, okay? When I signed up with YouTube, I have to designate what will happen to my videos if something happens to me. To keep chatting alive, I designated my videos to YouTube to keep everybody on chatting. YouTube will demonetize the videos, and they will keep them up on the channel. The channel will exist from here till YouTube shuts down, and I did that for the tatters. Now, I wanted the YouTube channel to pay for the website, okay? And the we're not making enough off commercials, but if we can at least keep the channel going so people can learn, that's most important in my mind, and George's as well, okay? So, it's not for any other reason other than to teach people to tack, and we're gonna try this. We're gonna back it up and try it, 'cause I'm it's you're gonna find out why when I show the blipless join. It is very easy to get both of these techniques confused with each other because there's one step in one that you don't do in the other. They're both made nearly exactly the same, and they both do the same thing. I had to take the glasses off. Can't say squat. So, but yeah, I have to watch videos to relearn the techniques that I did on video for Georgia. I don't use them enough. I can tell you when to use them. I can tell you how to use them, but to practice, I don't practice them to use them every day unless I'm making gifts. Then I get out the toolbox and start figuring things out. What am I going to do? So yeah, I'm human. I forget just like the rest of the world, and you all will too. You know the old saying, if you don't use it, you lose it. This craft here will teach you that 7 days from Sunday. That ain't no joke because there's so many things that you need to know, and then you get all the frills, bells, and whistles with it, and then it all falls to the wayside the minute you put it down. And remember, we was off a couple of months, right? I didn't get much chatting in during that 2 months that we was off in La La Land trying to find a doctor that would treat me. Found a doctor and can't get him to listen to me. So there you go. All good. That's life in the fast lane. Now you see how knotted up my thread is. See that? The twisty turvy. And it does that. It's Elizabeth red. It has headaches just like everybody else. Now I'm gonna get that out. See, I'm back to square one. Y'all got to see me unhook all that. Did y'all learn anything from it watching? Hope so. Let me get the twist out of it. I don't know what it is with the size 3, my gosh, the twist in that stuff, it's unbearable. I get frustrated with it. I ain't gonna tell you the truth. I get frustrated with size 3. I'd rather take a beating than to use it. It's pretty thread, but don't want it. Now, I'm not gonna use that crochet hook because I got a big enough picot. We are going to pull no, we do have to use the crochet hook because we're not doing that one yet. I'm gonna pull this right here. Watch what I'm doing. Can y'all see what I'm doing? You've got your shuttle thread here. This is your picot, the twist off. Leave the 2 of them right there, okay? I see what I did wrong. Knuckles to nails, okay? Now pull it down through. That did it. Pull that picot down. Come on. Gotta get you some more thread. Pull the picot down, put it on the finger, nails, knuckle the nail at the top, and you're gonna pull it back through. Watch what I'm doing. Pull it back through. Once you pull it back through, you grab it. It's not working. I grabbed the wrong one. See? And this is okay. Y'all are finding out why I say go watch the video. If I have to explain it to you when you write it in, and that's okay. What was it I said today, Carmen, about failure? See if you can quote that to them. What I told you today. It's not failure if you try, is it? And you just keep trying till you get it right. That's what tatting is. It teaches you patience, determination. It teaches you take your time. Don't rush through anything because you're not going to get it. If you start rushing, it's not going to happen. Okay? We're there. We're getting there. Pull you through. Come on. You see all this thread? You just have to follow it back through. If the blue would stay out of my way, I'd be all right. I really would. Pam hates this technique. There are tatters that really like it. There are tatters that could do without it. And it's to each his own. What is your flavor, basically. This is not a required technique to tat. You don't have to know how to do this. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. It's nice to know how to do it. And once you do it, it's one of those techniques that once you do it, you got it. You either got it or you but I got download, on the website. I have for you guys the downloads for it. I'm gonna have to do the book list just so I can figure this one out. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna show you the blipless drawing because that one I do know, and it's easier for me, okay? We're gonna pick it up right here. I have this here, and I have that there. I'm gonna show you what the blipless joint is. Okay. Regular joints. Y'all see that? You got a blip of color? Let me see. What am I? Let me put my glasses on. Yeah, it's a pretty stitch, but it's not fun. Okay. This one, it has one less stitch or one less movement to do than the Catherine, and it gives the same effect. I mean, what are the odds? Okay, somebody didn't like the way the Catherine wheel worked, and they came up with this, I guess. I don't know. They call this the blipless joint. And you see the blip of color? You see the blip of color back here on this one? You see? Now, when you do the blipless joint, okay, there is no blip. There's no color blip either side. This one I use more than I do the Catherine. And you can use the blipless join on every regular join, okay? And you will get no blips, and it'll look like a double stitch on the front side, okay? Looks just like a double stitch has been made, as you can see. I did one on backwards. That's okay. But you can see it looks like a double stitch there. So, I'm gonna show you how to do that. You ready? Let me do this, quick ring here, and I'm gonna join it to that one. This ring's gonna have 6 double stitches. I'm gonna use that yellow one to do it. And this one is the one I use all the time. That one you've gotta flip flop and turn things inside out. This one is really 5. Okay, we got 5 double stitches or 6? We got 6. Now I'm picking up my ring. You want the front side of that ring, okay? The way you can tell the front side is the picot or the pant legs and the caps. That's your waistband. Grab your picot up, run your shuttle through it. Don't pull it through yet. Loosen up some more thread. You're gonna need it. Pull that down through there. Okay? Check this out. Pull this up over your finger. Everybody watch. Watch what I'm doing here. You grab that thread. This is your ring thread going around your hand. Okay? Grab it, pull it up, slip your finger underneath of that. I lost the pinch, lost the pinch, lost the pinch. Usually you've got work down here. Now, what you've got here is this is the picot you pulled through. This is your ring thread. Now, if you drop that shuttle down through there, watch. Start working things. Pull your kinks out. Pull it down. See how much easier this is? And it does the same thing as a Catherine wheel join. If it gets twisted, untwist it. If you let your shuttle dangle before you pull it in, you're fine. Okay? Now, keep going, pull it down tight. Everything has to be tight. Now, finish your ring. Gonna put in 6 double stitches. Are you gonna fight me today? Yes. Y'all know who moved in this weekend? His name is Murphy. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, if my ring didn't twist on me, I'll be all right. And of course, Murphy, why are you even this week? I told you not to come see me this week. Gotta roll my ring back around. Gotta love Elizabeth thread. I don't know why some colors twist more than the darker the color, the more the twist. But how many of you all have gotten some Elizabeth thread lately that had some serious blips in it? They call them. Oh, something flipped over and it's locked it up. Yep. Scissors, it's to the rescue. I'm not going to fight with you. No way. I got too much other stuff I can do. Tatting teaches you patience. This is patience. Now I'm into determination mode. I think that's sketchy. I don't like it. I don't like a hook on my shuttles. These are moonlets. I bought a bunch of these to show how to cover. All right, that's 5. That's enough. Now, I'm gonna do this, get that twist out. See if I can. I'll call for questions. I mean, I got my glasses off so I can see. All right, we're gonna use this one. That one because it'll show better. Grab it, pull it up. Come on. Run your shuttle through. Okay. Pull it down. Pull off enough thread. If you can get it to pull off. Pull your picot to the back side of your work. Grab that picot. Get on the hand. Pull it up and mount it on your finger. You go through the picot, grab that thread right there. Slip your finger in between the picot and your core thread. Okay, there's your core thread. Now you're going to come, this is the core thread, this is the picot. Gonna go down like that, pull it in. Y'all see how it's coming in? And what this is going to do is it's gonna work in a double stitch right there. Come on, don't fight me. There we go. It's really twisting bad. I never had thread to twist like this before. And I worked with this morning, and it was not twisting at all. It just locked itself up. I am not believing this. Not at all. Okay, I'm gonna play the video while I sit here and pick this out. I have been known to take scissors to things. I have been known to make it work. There's my double stitch right there, and it didn't it locked. It flipped that double stitch just as pretty as you please. Come on. Got it though. We'll do it. I got all the time. I do this all the time. This technique is the one that I do the most. That shuttle is gonna be the death of me. Up and down. Come on. Pop it through the back. Pull it up. Lay it on there. Go in there. Grab it. Pull it through. That's where she's twisting. Tighten up, tighten up. Right there. And we're going down. Now, why are you doing that? We'll find out. That is the correct procedure. And there she goes. You see it's moving. There, we got it. And put the rest of them in. 1, 2, and I hate this shuttle going in the trash. 3. No, I'll neuter it. I'll get my wire cutters out. That's fine. Flip it and close that ring. It finally did it. Now, how many times did I have to do that fight with this thread? Now watch. I'm gonna pull it, and you pull that thread back up in there. And as you can see, we've got a blip, but it's not supposed to. It's because it's thicker thread. This is size 3, this is size 10. But you see how it pulls it back up in there? And if I was working with the same size thread, this would disappear. Okay, I've had enough battle for one day. Good Lord. All right, let's see. Okay, RD, pay very close attention to what I'm doing here, okay, honey? When I go in, I'm gonna use this here, this yellow one, or I'll tell you what, I'll cut it off and do it another way, 'cause it's really this is the easier method. It's just I'm using size 10 thread here. This is 3, and this is 10. In fact, I got purple, the lighter purple, we'll do that. 'Cause that red is just insanely twisted, okay? I'm not gonna make a very big ring, I just wanna show you the joint, okay? And I don't have that stupid hook in my way either. You see why I don't use a shuttle with a hook. I'll use a shuttle with a pick 7 days a week before I will one it with a hook, but I grabbed it 'cause I run out of shuttles. I got shuttles loaded for different things, and those will be fallbacks. They'll be finding new homes. Alright, let me turn this way. Now we're gonna join this right here, okay? When I go down there and I grab my thread, okay, and I pull it up, alright? Gonna run the shuttle through. Pull it down, lay the shuttle down, reach back here in the back and grab that thread and pull that picot back through itself, okay? Put it back on the hand, grab your picot back here, okay? Put it on your finger. Pull you off enough thread. Now you've got this thread is your thread on your loom. This is your picot thread. Picot, loom. You wanna do, reach through your picot, grab your loom thread, trying to keep it far enough open that you can see what I'm doing. At that point, you've got the thread on your crochet hook, picot's dangling. You want to put your finger in between the picot and your loom thread. Did you see that? Did you get it, RD? And then you can start working it down, and you see how they're locked together? See how the 2 of them are together? What you're gonna be doing is working this all the way down, and then you put your finger up there and start pulling it into place. Make sure everything lines up before you pull it tight, and don't let it flip. Whatever you do, don't let that ring flip. Alright, you got it. Alright, so we got that. What else? What else? What else? I'm ready for the world. I know y'all are gonna have problems with it. Uh, let me If I can get my mouse, I'll get those videos for you, the links to those videos I did, so y'all can practice them. Come on. There we go. It's about right. Let me go in here. Y'all may get some noise or something from the YouTube channel. That's okay if you do. Get this out the way. All right. You may get some playback, okay? If you do, you just nothing I can do about it. Here is for the Catherine wheel join. That's Catherine wheel. And let's see, lipless join. I see. I just seen somebody's got my video on a playlist. What I'm fixing to share with y'all. I find that funny. It's not really funny as much as it is an honoring thing, that people do that, and it's just to me, it's funny because there's so many other videos out there that are well made. There's mine. I don't take credit for all. Yeah, don't hit them. Okay? They'll be in the chat so that y'all can do them. Now, Pam, I want you to copy both of these and put them in the group, okay? Let me switch cameras. Y'all can tell I'm exhausted. Man, I tell you, I've had a rough couple of days. Winter's coming on. Arthur likes me in the winter. Thank you, Aurora. Thank you so much. I want to make sure I get. Yeah, I got a ball of thread, Kathleen, and I went to pull the thread off the ball. My God, it shredded in my hands. I've never had that happen. Here I've got this fuzz in one hand and I got my threads just rolled up in a ball back here. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Lillian. No, she's still getting it from I think it's China is where she gets it shipped in from. But I'm gonna show y'all something. I bought these from oh Amazon. These colors look familiar. Look at that. These are identical to Handy Hands. And this is a box of the variegated, and they have a box of solids, but you get 5 in a box. So I got them just to see if, because I seen that they were identical to Handy Hands, and I was like, what? And they're called Ammo Helos, and it's identical to the Handy Hands, but this is the only colors we can get in the state. And I got them just to try them. I'm always looking for new patterns, new thread, shuttles, Chat, it doesn't come up until 24 hours after class, Kathy. Um, that's YouTube. They have to run it through an algorithm or whatever. They got to make sure that I am not doing anything wrong. So, you've had a problem with getting the video to come up? Yeah, this is what it looks like. I got it at Amazon. AMOHILOS. That's all I got. And it's identical. It's 100% Egyptian cotton, and it's mercerized, same size ball, 6 strands coordinate, 5 balls per box. And it's like, that's handy hands. This is the only colors you can get through Amazon. So I looked, and you can get the rest of the colors through AliExpress. Is that the name? I think it's AliExpress. Not yet. I haven't had it with it yet, but I have put the feelies on it, and it feels identical. See, here's some of the solid colors. Let's put them over here in the drawer. Look at that. And it's identical to the handy hands. Here's the burgundy. That's what sold me on it. That burgundy. That is a deep, rich burgundy. And they're packaged the same as handy hands. Pull it out. It feels the same. I mean, it's identical. And it's got a, to me, the sheen on it is different. So, and I got them at Amazon, and they're on the Amazon affiliate shop. So I keep them in there until I get them fixed, ready to go where they need to go. I am putting all my tatting threads on. Let me show you. I got these from Amazon. These large little puppies. I'm putting my tatting threads on it since I have to move into another home. I gotta condense everything and make it smaller. And that's how big these things are. This will hold 2 balls of thread, okay, of the handy hands. And I got these so that I could put them in a, I've got plastic bins, drawers, okay, and put them in there like this. I will. I'll let y'all know because I'm gonna play with them. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Um, it's size 20 thread. That's the only ones you could get is 20 through Amazon. I didn't see any 40 or 80 or 10, but through AliExpress you can get the other sizes. So, but I'll try the thread. I got it, and I thought, well, I'm gonna work with that and see because I don't give approval on anything until I've actually physically tried it myself. If I say that it's good stuff, I've tried it, I put it through the paces, and I'll be honest with you, okay? And that's why over the years, people have come to and "Have you tried this?" And if I haven't, I will get it and try it. And the, Cleany Loom you get from Handy, I wouldn't give you 5 cents for it. It's a hard plastic, it's hard to hold in your hand. If you're gonna do that, make it out of cardboard and it bends. Then when it's shot, you throw it away. But I have a Cleany Loom that's a box loom, Georgia gave me, and I'm gonna teach y'all how to make one when we get into Cleanies, okay? So, but, I'm sorry today was a messed up day, but I when the thread doesn't work, you can't beat it. Awesome, awesome, Kathleen. Cloonies are fun. I have a hard time holding the loom in my hand because I have got really bad arthritis in my hand. When I was in the car wreck, I was hit by a dump truck, okay? And when I went forward, this hand and this hand was like this. I mean, it shifted the car and everything. Well, I didn't do this way. I was shoved out in the middle of the intersection, and I don't remember the accident. But both hands, the wrists and everything, all this was jihad and not silly. I was a brace from here down for 2 years. Yeah, and that's why I show the mistakes and the pitfalls. If you don't use it, you do lose it, and you have to use it just nearly every day. Kathy, you made mention in the group that I had said, "Tat a little each day." That's why. I used to, don't now. I would take a technique and I would work it thoroughly. Even if all I did was tat a motif 50 times to get it in here, so that when I did the video, I could walk through it and I didn't have a lot of outtakes. My husband is the one that edited those videos, and he didn't have to do much to them. So, but I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, okay? But I do want to know, um, if it'll be okay with you guys when we get into the new section of the camper, um, because this is the room that has a door. I'm very claustrophobic, and I can't close the door. I don't close if I close that door, I can't breathe. Sure, you don't wanna see a blue lady sitting here. The blue man group, now that's a different story, but a blue lady, no, you don't wanna see a blue lady. And, so I told him, I said, "I'm gonna put you in there," I said, "but I have to do some finagling." If y'all knew how much stuff was in this room, it would blow your mind, okay? This room measures 6 feet this way, or 7 feet this way, 6 feet from the window to the wall, okay? Behind me, there's only a foot and a half, and it's loaded to the gills, craft supplies. Up above me is a bunk room that I have great big pull tubs that you grab a handle and pull it. It's full of craft supplies, and it's different crafts. Now, I also have storage, and I've got to condense my tatting stuff to fit in a 48-inch space. That's gonna be fun. But I I'm an organizer, and I buy all kinds of things. I got these things, I'm showing to you, the Dollar Tree. You know what them are? You use them in your refrigerator for wine bottles. I will be using these for thread. I won't be using the big things like I've got here. In fact, here's one of my thread drawers. You see how big this thing is? This is only one, and it's a drawer, and they stack on top of each other, okay? And, so I've got to switch it out to something more formidable, and I thought, "Wait a minute, I can do this." And I seen it on another lady's video, and she used it to store her ribbon. I'm going to attach these 2 together, and they stack, see? And I can put 2 balls of Elizabeth stacked on each top of each other, and what I'm gonna use this for is the threads that I use in classes, and that's just one of the things that I've gotta do, and, but I do have a lot of organizers and stuff that I'll be using. 'cause I need my desk space for the camera gear and stuff. So, but what I wanna do, and if y'all want this, we will do this. I wanna have a couple of classes in between now and when we come back on January 6th. We've got next week, we'll do a final on, and January 6th will be the return date for all the classes. However, I wanna run some special classes. Now, I wanna know from you guys, would you rather have it during the week or on a Sunday when you're at home and everybody's home, you guys are watching football and doing their thing, tinkering with the car or whatever? Let me know, and I'll set it up, and it will be a lengthy class, okay? It's not gonna be one of these short, it's an hour type thing. No, we are going to do an entire project, and it will be a last minute gift for Christmas. Alright? During the week, alright? Send your, yeah, send your alls, you know, dealios in. It won't be at the regular scheduled class time, so we have plenty of time to work on this, okay? Tell me how long you'd like for the class to last. I mean, we can always take a break and have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or Coke or whatever y'all want. It's not on Wednesday or Thursday, alright? So if that's what you guys want, we'll set it up, but send it in an email. Let me know what times are good for everybody, and then we're gonna pick by the consensus of the group, okay? What's the great day to have it on and the whole 9 yards, alright? And that's my gift to you all because I have to do this. I didn't want to, but I do have it's either that or he could lose his job, and most of you are wanting weekdays. That's fine. That's fine. I don't care. I don't work. I play. I'm like, "Yeah, I play." This is not work to me. I don't think it'll ever be work to me. So, y'all think about it, send it in an email, and we will do it to it. But remember, it will be a lengthy class. We wanna do a complete project start to finish. How cool is that? And it'd be ladies' time. Gents can come too. By the way, we do have a lot of male tatters in the group. You learned a lot. Well, you learned how to make mistakes, didn't you? We all do, Carmen. We all do. See? Don't be so hard on yourself, folks, because it happens to the best of us. Alright. Well, we're gonna call it quits for today. Now, Thursday, we got a beginner class, and I got a pattern for you guys. It's a very easy pattern. We'll start it, and we'll finish it all on Thursday. So, bring your threads, bring your shuttles, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. Have a wonderful day. I'm going to open up Thursday's class to more than beginners, okay? Oh, no, it's not too late to ask. It's size 20, size 20. If you go to my Amazon link, you'll be able to find it. But, yeah, we're gonna have an open classroom on Thursday, so everybody can come because this is a fun pattern, alright? And don't forget to run over and check out Monique's catalog she's got up. That is a beauty, folks. That is a gorgeous pattern. Alright. Y'all have a wonderful evening and the rest of your day, and I will see you on Thursday. Happy tatting, and may all your threads beautiful eggs. I'll see y'all on Thursday. Bye-bye.